All right. 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 Let me straighten some things out. Y'all watch this, and then I'll get into the scarix of it.
Running the floor and letting it in. Well, Fever want to play faster. They were fifth in the league in pace a year ago. Of course, a lot of that without Caitlin Clark. But Stephanie White wants the gas pedal down even when Clark's not on the floor. You see it there. Yep. Rolling Smith into the corner. Fun. Extra pass. Beckers whips it inside. Johnson got a hand on it and forces the turnover.
A lot of active feet and hands on that defensive end. Looked like maybe a little too unselfish there from the Dallas Wings. They had a couple of different looks and just weren't able to take care of the ball, but got to give credit there to the Indiana Fever. They were just able to get it all over the ball.
David Johnson shining a preseason debut. Here's Mitchell with the floater.
You think about Kelsey Mitchell, she's going to try to elevate her game every single year. We saw it all last year, coming back already. It's a good sign.
Smith inside for Lee Aru. Couldn't finish. Nice early entry passes from Atlanta Smith. A major offseason acquisition for Kurt Miller and the Wings. Co-defensive player of the year a season ago. Finds Allen into traffic. And a foul is the call. Caitlin Clark playing in her first game in Indiana since mid-July. And off to a hot start. 7 points and one of those signature threes.
Are you Marsha?
I am. I am.
Thanks for meeting me here. Usually not an interweb dating guy. Barely ever use this phone computer. Unless it's to bundle my insurance with Liberty.
Oh, same. I hate this thing, but it's true. You can save hundreds bundling with Liberty.
Liberty?
Liberty?
Are you hungry? Let's get some lasagna.
And some canoe relief.
Only pay for what you need.
Try new Little Caesars 4-in-1 sticks with 16 deliciously shareable sticks. There are 16 reasons to try. Reason 1, they're perfect for sharing. Reason 2 through 16, just look at all these toppings. They're making me hungry. Share new Little Caesars 4-in-1 sticks for only $7.99.
Pizza. Here's what we'll say about the road to greatness.
Today's Ford is synonymous with desert racing. You gotta keep pushing. The desert's not gonna last.
It sure isn't paved.
It's a challenge just to finish.
All right, hold up, y'all. Damn, this thing look crazy.
There's more to explore. Pairing best-in-class Humminbird Explorer fish finders with Mega Live 2 live sonar is the simplest way to see it all. Zero in on the best place for a bite with more precision.
Just had to make some tea, man.
Detail. Then, when it's time to cast, see more real-time views of fish, structure, and your lure. If you want to stay more connected to moments that matter, you need Explorer and Mega Live 2. Only from Humminbird.
The WNBA on Ion is presented by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. 44 games on the schedule. There it is for the Indiana Fever. And right off the top, we will do this again 10 days from now. Dallas Wings will visit Indiana, and another matchup of this star. Maybe the top 2 young players in our league.
I mean, top 2, not 2 for these two. I really like how they've been able to take their team and just embrace them in the sense of attention and really put that back into their own work and perfecting their own craft. They bring the energy day in and day out. They're coachable, they're fiery, they're spicy at times, they're competitive. A lot of similarities, and as these 2 young players continue to grow into this league, I'm really, really excited to see how their careers pan out and what history is going to be made.
So Clark with 7 early points. Really only just 4 minutes in that opening stint. Paige Beckers has 5. Not surprising, each team's leading scorer. First quarter of Dallas's first preseason game. This is Indiana's second, but their first at home. We'll have one more on Saturday against the Nigerian national team. Preseason, who is back for another year in Indiana. Kayla Timpson battling down low with Alicia Clark. Draws the foul. It's really what hurt.
Alicia Clark never believes she fouls, man. Never.
Second round draft pick, but he did all the little things. And now Isaac Barnett is going to change his mind, and it's going to be down this ball. But the point still stands. And the activity and the motor of Timpson is something that the Fever coaching staff loves.
Yep, the motor. She did talking more offense, defensively, and of course her defensive presence.
Here's Timpson switched on to Beckers. Lee backing in, puts on the moves. Pretty much. Beautiful, great footwork, great.
And that's why you should have drafted a big, because Damiris Dantas is good on offense in terms of versatility. But she's never been a good defender. 6'4", but she's never been a good defender. Dunk! Dunk! Should have boomed that.
Great. Johnson, the active hands. I think Don Staley did such a beautiful job. A masterclass, if you will, on the defensive end. And I really, really like how active she has been able to be in the first 2 preseason games.
Weaver forced 5 turnovers here in about 6 minutes of play. Zaya James, who just checked in, this is her first look.
Yeah, see, that's why you needed a big. That's why you needed a big.
Where the ball is at, going and having a nice knack for the offensive players.
Dantas shovels. Shatori Walker Kimbrough.
Yo, so this is now 4 and 1s in a row. She's 100%. Last game, she made 3 of them. She got 3 and 1s, was 100%. And now this is 4. And if she makes this one, she's a true 100%.
It was, I'm going to go as hard as I possibly can. Drop shoulders, see if you can bump and shoulder check a little bit and get some space up there.
She brings some veteran leadership here to this Fever team. This is her 10th season in WNBA. And late in free agency signing, but she had a very strong, as you were referencing there, preseason opener in New York, 18 points in 22 minutes. This Fever team had Sydney Colson a year ago, who was such an important leader. Clark on the floor for Dallas. She'll provide a lot of that role for the Wings. Raven Johnson is called for the foul, and that is the 5th on Indiana. So,
damn, Indiana got 5 team fouls already?
Just got a little too handsy there. Can't be mad at it. I really like the pride.
Look how cute she is, y'all. Look at that. She got a Gerber baby face. She got an Asian Gerber baby face, man.
and comes on her first. Played 22 games in Dallas last year. 7 points per game or a career best. She is a starter for Team China, led her country in points.
Look at that. Look at that Gerber baby face, y'all.
She's got great footwork. Really polished low post game. Step out, knock down that foul line jump shot as well.
I mean, she's never rushed, right? There's so much attention down there. There's a lot of bodies, hands in the paint.
Okay, so everybody thinking about the whistles right now. The Fever had 5 team fouls. That was just another cheap foul they called right there. What we heard from the head of the officials, that they're going to be calling these calls, man, to protect superstars. So expect some calls on Caitlin and Paige as long as they're in the game. They're going to protect their superstars this year.
You can't let her get free when she gets past the timeline. But you get too aggressive, especially when you get in the penalty situation, and they turn into free throws for one of the league's best free throw shooters. And Clark knocks them both down. 9 points in 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's all she needed was to hit those free throws. She got a layup earlier. She made those free throws. Just see it go in. Get comfortable.
Steps in and drills a 3.
Nice.
So one of the big differences between Caitlin Clark and Paige Beckers is that, you got to finish that, is that Caitlin is always electrifying, right? She's always electrifying. Her problem is that she's got to start being more efficient, right? Paige is only electrifying when she's efficient. You see how that works? Caitlin is always electrifying. Paige is only electrifying if she's efficient, and if she's efficient with volume. That's one of the difference, because you can never think right now, when was the like what Paige Becker's play stands out to me right now that just had my jaw on the floor. You can't. You can only say that about Caitlin. You can't say that about Paige, right? So Caitlin is always thrilling to watch. Her issue is that she needs to be more efficient. Paige isn't fun to watch except when she's efficient. And she's really fun to watch when she's efficient on volume, right? Meaning what? 20 shots, 22 shots, 23 shots. And she made 18 of 23, 20 of 25. That's what the same thing with Juju Watkins. Juju Watkins, you can't think of a play from Juju that blew your mind. But you do remember when Juju scored 40 or more, or when Juju put up 35, 38 with great efficiency, right? But Caitlin is always thrilling. Her issue is efficiency.
A major goal of hers, but really to get back on the floor. 2-0 for the WNBA season. Segrist gets it to go.
All right, so it's clear Dallas is spitballing. They're not running anything designed on offense.
It's on the breaks. Blows by Allen. Finds Billings, who connects.
Monique Billings able to stretch the floor. She has that inside game. She likes the bang down low, but she can also step out and hit the two-pointer there.
Segrist really blossomed in her third year a year ago. Dallas hoping for another step forward from another high draft pick. Here's Segrist on the roll.
That was a high IQ play. She got Monique. That was so high IQ. Yeah, Segrist stepped up her game. She won MVP in Athletes Unlimited 2 seasons ago, and that carried over. And so she's been, I told you, if you play in Athletes Unlimited and you do good, you normally will have a bounce back career, or you'll take the next step in your WNBA career. It's happened every year for everyone that's ever been awarded in Athletes Unlimited.
Her confidence really skyrocketed.
Power rebounds per game a year ago. Both of those were career highs for Segrist in breakout 2025. All-time leading scorer in Villanova basketball history. That's men's or women's, that led the nation in scoring her senior year. Third pick in 2023. You know, we spent so much time focusing on the #1 overall picks. We cannot forget Maddie Segrist, a very high draft pick, and an important part of what Dallas plans on doing here in 2026. Clark with 11 first quarter points on a crossover. Clark feed inside.
Nice.
Inside
Allen. Nice. Sort of looked like she traveled a little bit, but they're going to let her get away with that. Nice. Now, they used to let Michael Jordan get away with traveling too. So I'm not trying to compare her to Jordan. I'm just saying. Sometimes these superstars, they're going to let them get away with a little something.
Clark on a 3-ball offensive rebound. Segrist will try her luck and connects. Plenty of offense. Here's the first quarter. Billings rolling. Bunker Kimbrough. Extra pass. Clark outside.
She's feeling it, y'all. She saw that layup, and then she started making them free throws, and she feeling it. She feeling it. She's in front of her home fans. This is going to be a good game for her.
Look at Raven Johnson continuing to cause havoc in the backcourts. That's what they brought her in, her defensive tenacity. Seemingly with no learning curve for her on that end of the floor. She's been great right out of the gates. Finds Allen, got to get it up. Didn't get it up. Big shot falls. It was late.
Caitlin was trying to chop up Alicia, but they weren't going to have that. Now, Alicia used to be one of the best on-ball defenders in the league when she was younger. She's in her deep 30s now. I think she's, 36, 37? So she's lost a step. But Caitlin was trying to chop that chick up at first. And she had to go over there and get some help. Keith Porter been trying to teach Caitlin Clark a little something. Caitlin looked like she was ready to chop that chick down, son.
We've got the power, the selection, and the legacy drivers we're searching for. From legendary classics to the latest models, this is where Corvette dreams come true. More inventory, more expertise, more reasons to love your drive.
So yeah, like I'm not seeing anything. All we're seeing is some high ball screens. You know, we saw a couple flare screens. You saw one or two slip screens. I'm not really seeing anything from either team. You know, they got to play each other coming up, the first game of the season, so they're not trying to show anything. So Dallas is really freestyling on offense and defense. I'm not seeing anything but some basic screens for them. And Indiana, they're not really showing anything either. So I'm hoping to see some nuance. So yeah. But based off the way Stephanie wants to play this year, she said the Fever finished 5th in pace last season, which is true. She wants to finish in the top 3. So obviously we got to see her see the team push the basketball, shoot in transition often, spray, paint and spray. That means get into the paint and then kick out to the wing or the corner. So we should see a lot of that. Just simple stuff if you don't want to show your hand. A lot of paint and spray, a lot of shooting in transition, passing lanes, getting out in transition, freestyling. Oh, there was a lot of empty seats, y'all. Oh, my God. Whoa, on a Friday? That's crazy. But this is also on Paige Beckers, too, and AZ Fudd. So if AZ Fudd and Paige Beckers were truly that popular, then you shouldn't have to depend on Caitlin Clark to fill the whole arena. How come Paige Beckers fans couldn't show up and help fill the arena? So I don't think it's fair to blame Caitlin for these empty seats. I think Caitlin did her part. Paige is supposed to do her part. So what does this say? Listen, that clearly Caitlin is more popular than Paige. Now, that's a lot of people. But we're used to seeing every seat filled with Caitlin Clark. So anyway, let's finish.
2 for 3 from 3, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Caitlin Clark is putting on a clinic right now. I love the way she's getting to her sweet spot. No form whatsoever of that coming back in this playing to her level, playing with no fear, trying to get her teammates involved, and get in underneath the net as well, trying to be that leader. I really like where her mindset is at right now, Pat. If she continues to
Wow, super efficient. Nice. I wonder how long is she gonna play her?
7 minutes for Caitlin Clark. 4 for 5 shots, a couple of assists as well. Really showed off the array of skills that she possesses. Both teams with excellent offensive first quarters. The Fever shot 67%, Dallas 53%. Seacrest had 9 in that first quarter. Beckers with 8. Here is Smith working in the post. Big shot too strong.
I like that shot from Smith. We've seen last year. You know, she was with Minnesota. Just going straight up, see if you can get the defense off the foul line, straight up.
Mitchell stepping back and can't connect on the 3 ball.
So she hit it with a nice little left punch dribble into a 3-point shot. Didn't go in. Maddie. Let me move this way. Maddie.
Specifically when she came to Indiana playing against Butler, and the way that she gets to her spots is not the fastest, but efficient.
Here's Clark on the drive and draws the foul.
That was a good one. She hit it with a nice little hezzy stop and go and almost got the angle on her, the edge on her, and got AZ Fudd to foul her. But that's what you want to see. You want to see Caitlin start showing an array of moves going towards the rim because everyone knows she's elite going in reverse. That's step backs, snatch backs. What you want to see is Caitlin become more elite moving toward the rim. That's breaking her opponent down, attacking the rim or attacking the mid-range area or just the paint in general. That's what you want to see. That's the next step.
Hernandez said he came in, he was brought here to win. This is a development project too, but they're looking to contend right now.
Yep.
Wings.
1,000%. Going back to Alicia Clark, I mean, I love him. She has a championship mindset. She's won in multiple places. She's a leader. So that was a great addition. Is again a new coaching staff as well. You just got to find that chemistry.
Clark, the switch on the Secrets, lobs inside and hides out.
Yeah, she shuffled her feet. Shuffled her feet. All right, so that was a nice little flare screen we saw. Then you get to see a high ball screen. What you want to see when a team is freestyling like that, you're looking for different cuts, and so you're looking for 45-degree cuts, which is just a diagonal cut. But there's different ways you could be successful with a 45-degree cut. These are head fakes, sleight of hands. These are 1-2. So you pretend that you're going to the right, and then you do a 45-degree cut to the left. So that's what you're looking for. You can also do 45-degree cuts going towards the perimeter. You can do a V cut into a screen, or do a V cut into a ghost screen and then get a free shot on the perimeter. Or you can do a 90-degree cut, which means that you're going to run towards the baseline and then go up, cut like an L. Or you can do that going down, and you could do that going in any direction. And they're really you're really successful doing that if you have a zipper screen, which is a zipper screen is essentially the same thing, and it gets you a nice little perimeter shot as well. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for zipper screens. You're looking for 90-degree cuts, V cuts, 45-degree cuts. You're looking for slip screens, back screens, pulling up in transition, elite drag screens. Caitlin could pull up from deep off a drag screen. Just different things you're looking for freestyle when you don't want to show your whole hand like that, right? Right, like people forget that that Paige Beckers is super efficient. She's known for her efficiency. She's known for her assist to turnover ratio. She's known for not getting into foul trouble. She's known for being good on defense. Principled. Like, she's known for these things. So if Paige Beckers ever gets hot, it's over with. There's nothing you can do about it because she's such an elite scorer on all three levels. Paige Beckers could beat you in reverse like Caitlin, and she could break you down. Caitlin can't break you down going forward like Paige. Paige is a pure three-level threat. She has an array of shots at the rim, close shots, mid-range shots, go-tos and counters, perimeter shots, reverse shots. She can facilitate. Like, she literally has everything, adjustment, layups, everything. So although we're praising Caitlin right now for her efficiency, and Caitlin needed this kind of game for her confidence going into the next preseason game, going into the season, we can't forget about Paige. Now, Paige just isn't more popular than Caitlin. Part of that is because Paige Beckers was dealing with some injuries at UConn, and she sort of fell off. But then when people got a taste of Caitlin Clark and they saw how thrilling it is, how much fun it is to watch her play, and then you start looking at Paige, it's like, I think I'll stick with Caitlin. And that's just sort of the way it is. This has nothing to do with race. These are two white women, but one white woman is more fun to watch than the other white woman. But you can't go to sleep on the other white woman because she's not more fun to watch, because she is so efficient and so skilled. So if you're a basketball purist and you appreciate skill, Paige Beckers is your girl. If you're someone who likes to live on the edge and you love swimming in the deep waters, then Caitlin Clark is your girl, right? So there it is. That's what you're watching.
If it couldn't get any more exciting, Paige coming out firing from the three-point line, 3 for 4 with 11 points, 2 assists, a couple of rebounds, getting it done. She was so special with the way that she was able to see her teammates recognize for the defense is that they put so much confidence, so much of emotion, just specifically in this preseason game. And again, I keep on saying preseason, but you know, as players, they see it as another game to get better, another opportunity. That's exactly what she's doing, taking it under her.
All right, so let me see the personnel they have in the game, and then I'll tell you what they should be running. Well, right now, I would think that with Alana Smith in the game, I would like to see them more of a 5-out with Alana in the game. All right, let's go.
Regular season basketball. We are right around the corner. Teams will want to sure things up from a turnover perspective. Like 7 each in the first half. James working on Clark. Clark sticks with her. James gets inside and draws the foul.
That was solid on-ball defense from Caitlin. She held up as long as she can. It's not easy standing in front of Isaiah James. So the fact that Caitlin was able to stay with her for that long, that's good. She just got to learn how to defend without fouling. Now, you'll see them keep singling out Caitlin Clark because they know she's not a really good on-ball defender, but I felt she did pretty good right there.
This was out of the playoff picture. Isaiah James had a great final month of the season, coming in 20-point games down the stretch of the year. 15-2 up by Dallas.
Yeah, she's just too fast.
Kelsey Mitchell on the attack. He's got 6 in the first half. Led by 4 after 1.
All right, 2-3 high. Alana Smith was supposed to have been patient. So they ran a nice little 2-3 high. Give it to Alana. You already know if they're in a 2-3, the corner isn't going to be there. Either corner isn't going to be there. So that's when you stop and you got to go into a nice little post move, or you could hit it with a nice little hook shot or a quick little floater, or you could pause and then there's someone obviously open on the wing with a 2-3, which is what that was. The corners wasn't going to be there, but the wing was open if you go back and watch it again, right? And so, like, that's what you're looking for. All right, so what we saw was Maddie try to set a back screen, a flat screen, but it didn't work. So there you go, Alana, and that's why you pay her all that money. Yeah, so a flat screen is just like Alana Smith or, a screener, just essentially have that back to the baseline, and it allows the ball handler to choose whichever side they want to choose. See, that's that floater, but it's telegraphed, right? So see how telegraphed her floater is? It's not natural to her. Yeah, it's not natural to her, y'all. So that she has to keep working on it where it looks natural. Like when she went to attempt the floater, it looked like she was trying to attempt the floater. You saw it from a mile away. It has to look fluid. It has to look natural.
The Indiana's favorite team last season. One thing about her, she knows how to go downhill and play fast. Even prior to being Indiana's favorite team, but coming in, that's exactly what this coaching staff wants her to do. But once they can get a quick bucket.
Raven Johnson, Michaela Timpson, back in. See Sims here. I think Alice is hitting Marquez, picked up her second foul. There's Alicia Clark checking back in. This just feels like home for her. She was drafted by this franchise, albeit while they were in Tulsa. Played 128 games between Dallas and Tulsa. She's bounced around, but if she has one home, she would call it this. Here's Beckers off balance. Hits her 4-3 in the first half.
Woo! My goodness. Again, and those 50-50 balls are going on the line with the wings right now. They're just playing at a higher level.
Mitchell can't answer with a 3.
Okay, so what we saw right there, you needed a little more patience from Kelsey Mitchell, because what we saw was a double stagger into a goal screen. Right? So if you go back and watch it, you're going to see a stagger being set up, a double stagger, but it really wasn't a double stagger because Damiris Dantes went into a goal screen. So it looked like a double stagger, but Damiris went into a goal screen. And all she needed was Kelsey to just be patient a little bit.
Getting some minutes at point guard. He got South Carolina, who's been so confident here so far. Look at the vision. Beautiful find there to Dantes, who draws the
And Dantas didn't even need to do that. I'm happy she got to the free throw line. You catch it, you pump fake, and then you go up.
Everything I can. She's been very complimentary of Caitlin Clark. Kelsey Mitchell says she has no ego.
According to her Instagram, call her Hollywood. She loves the camera, but also is extremely shy.
Damaris is 6'4". Don't do her like that. So far, I like what I've seen from Caitlin and Raven on the court together. I didn't think Raven stepped on Caitlin's toes, and Caitlin didn't step on Raven's toes. To me, it looked seamless and fluid.
Dantas, who enters her 11th year in the WNBA. This will be her third.
So Odyssey Sims just won MVP and Athletes Unlimited this past season. That was a nice little hang dribble. Nice! Nice. Hit him with a nice little hang dribble into a hezzy, pump fake, step through shot off the glass. Nice. Odyssey did her filthy.
Here in the second quarter.
Yeah, put a little step.
Up. Nasty.
Odyssey Sims getting it done on both sides. You want to be able to push her to that right. She's a strong left-handed player, but the up and under is nasty.
Let's go.
Mitchell off the Dantas screen, all sorts of room. Can't cash in. Dantas pulled down the rebound from a disadvantageous position right around Smith. And Smith is called for the foul.
Yeah, so I think what's really impressive about Odyssey winning MVP in Athletes Unlimited, the season that just ended in Athletes Unlimited, is the simple fact that this was the most talented Athletes Unlimited has ever been. They had 36 WNBA players. It's a league of 40 players. They had 36 of them was flat out WNBA players, and she still won MVP.
Down to 5. And a whistle. This is on Clark. That'll be the 5th on Dallas. So not even halfway through the second quarter here. Fever put Dallas into the penalty. He has committed 4 fouls this quarter as well. From now through May 3rd during the preseason, WNBA ID holders can stream league pass games on us in the WNBA app. Scan the QR code and sign up for free today. Knocks down both free throws.
All right.
Dallas shoots 63% overall. On the night, that was Stephanie White's biggest goal. She won't be happy there. But Johnson,
The long arms of the law, baby. The long arms of the law. That's them Ravens wings. Ravens wings, y'all. That's what I'm talking about.
Now Beckers with room to roll.
Nasty, dog. See, Kelsey Mitchell has never been a good on-ball defender. She turned it up a little bit in 2023, but that was never her. Kelsey was never a good on-ball defender. So Paige Beckers know Kelsey. Kelsey ain't like that, y'all. Not on defense. So you can just eat off of that chick. And Damaris Dantas isn't a threat on defense.
Dallas finally misses a 3. That was Isaiah James.
You see how sloppy Sophie is with that basketball? Hey, get that chick out of there, man. Sophie sloppy with that basketball. Listen, I got love for Sophie, but Sophie got to work on them handles, y'all.
Quick shots, and not a lot of rebounds on the offensive, or even opportunities to get rebounds on the offensive end.
Johnson on the attack, shot off the mark. He pulls down the rebound.
Like the attack there by Johnson as she's looking to go get a bucket.
Oh, and Beckers.
Oh, that was nasty. That was a drag screen into a high ball screen and got her going downhill. Nasty. Just set that up crazy. Set that up crazy. Like, and listen, Fernandez, that was nice. When you trying to freestyle, so you got Lee Yiro with a nice little drag screen, and then she come off a hot ball screen, get downhill, and no one can guard her when she get downhill. That's crazy.
David, what you have done will never be forgotten.
You have my heart. You've always will.
They would crown that boy today if they could.
Someone chose you. No, God chose me.
Yeah, man. Right. So, yeah, that's what I like to do. I like to look at the personnel, and then I could be able to tell you what type of offense they should be running, what type of screens should they run, the things players should be doing, right? So if you see, let's say Benai Jelani is in a game, or if you got Monique Billings in this game, Monique Billings has improved over the last 2 years making corner threes, right? Which is the shortest distance to the rim. And so what you would like to do for her is do a corner pin three, right? Or you can call it a corner in three. And all it is a screen set on the baseline to free up a shooter in the corner, which is what you want to see. So if I'm in a game, KYP, if also I'm scouting, I know that Monique Billings is really good now shooting corner threes. So I'm going to make sure that I pay attention to corner and three screens or corner pins and being able to blow that up or deter them from running that type of stuff, whether it be a zone and you don't want to get caught up in a sticky situation like woman to woman because you can get got like that. It's just different things you pay attention to. So oftentimes if you see me live streaming these games and I'm trying to break it down for you, I'm just looking at the personnel. And once I see who's on the court and I know their game, I can be able to tell you what type of screens they're going to run or the type of screens they should run. And that's it. The whole purpose for me going live streaming is my creator willing is for him to give you knowledge about the game that you normally wouldn't get during a broadcast or probably on YouTube or something like that. So I just want to help. That's it. I just want to help. I think the game is more beautiful when you understand it more.
34 first half points. Becker's 4 of 5 from the three-point line. Clark is 2 of 3. These two, they look regular season ready. Yeah.
Well, I told you, man. I told you. That's one thing about these two women. Oh my gosh, y'all. Inextricably linked. These women are going to be linked for the rest of their careers.
You get a new chapter, so they're trying to put their stamp early on what we're going to see all season long with these players.
Interesting to see how Stephanie White deploys the minutes here tonight. Clark has played 11 minutes as Mitchell steps back and misses on a 3. Beckers has played 14.
So you could say, well, wasn't that selfish? Michaela Timpson is working hard. She screened, rescreened, and then cut to the basket. All Kelsey Mitchell had to do was pump fake and then kick that ball down to Michaela Timpson and she posted up. That's all she got to do, pump fake or fake a pass, create a little space, get that basketball to Michaela Timpson. Listen, to me, that's hard work. You run down the court, you screen, rescreen, slip to the basket, get post position, and Kelsey Mitchell decides to do a crossover into a three-point shot. You know, come on.
With so many great things and seeing the things come out alive from what they practice.
The Wings are now 11 of 14 from the floor.
Yo, you cannot tell me that Lee Yuru wasn't the most cutest baby in the world. I'll never believe that Lee Yuru wasn't the most cutest baby in the world. That chick got a 1,000% baby face.
Nice job of getting back defensively. Here's Isaiah James 3-on-1. That's it.
Nice.
It up. So 20-21 lead for the Dallas Kings. Just doing such a great job getting back on the defense.
Drag screen. Drag screen. That was a win-win for Caitlin because if she decided to take the screen, then she had Lee Yuru on her. She can blow by Lee Yuru. It's difficult trying to get by Odyssey, but at least she was able to draw the foul. I thought Caitlin should have hit it with a BTB, snatch back, a step back, and hit a deep three. Because it's pretty difficult trying to blow by Odyssey Sims.
As Lindsay Allen checks back in, Odyssey Sims out. A couple of former Fever point guards. Mark stays perfect from the line, where she is 8 of 8. And has 18 points in 11 minutes on the floor.
You see that patience, y'all? You see that patience? Remember how I showed you Damaris and Alana Smith not being patient and falling themselves into fouls? And see how Paige Beckers was patient, gathered herself real quick, then went in for the fadeaway like that. You just got to be patient, man.
She stepped in beautifully, going downhill, fearless, recognizing that she's going to have to get that ball up and over as that help side came free.
That's a missing on the foul shots. He's got 3 steals already in the first half for Raven Johnson. Lee extending to the 3-point line. Couldn't get that one to go off Becker's last. So the Fever basketball. They did hit.
Yo, the Fever losing by 19 points. That's crazy.
2 minutes remaining. Mark on the handoff for Billings, and she's fouled again.
Yeah, they're going to keep doing this. They already said during the WNBA draft, before the draft started at their press conference, that they're going to be calling these calls to protect their superstars. So expect a lot of whistles to be blown this year on superstars. If y'all hated Asia Wilson's whistle, you really going to hate it this year.
Now that's tomato. Sheboygan. State Farm with the assist.
No time there. The Caitlin Clark State Farm commercial is she's at the foul line. 1 of 2, 9 of 10. But this is a real weapon of hers. The ability to get to the line. Defenses want to play aggressive.
I know this is going to sound like some conspiracy theory weird stuff, but let's be honest. I hate that commercial. Ever since that commercial came out, Caitlin been playing bad. I swear to God. And I was thinking that last year. That commercial, dog, I don't know what it is, but that commercial ruined Caitlin Clark. She literally just missed the free throw. She was perfect, y'all. She was perfect for the free throw line. They played that commercial, she missed a free throw. I'm telling you right now, that commercial screwed Caitlin Clark up. Never play that commercial again. Never.
Is back. Lucas Oil Family Nights include your ticket to the game. A Fever hat, hot dog, cheese and crackers, and the drink. Not to mention your chance to shoot a post-game free throw on the court. With tickets starting at $28, you can bring the entire family. Purchase your tickets today at feverbasketball.com/family.
These fans are coming back to this game, to this team, y'all. Make no mistake about it. They're coming back. Now, things could be problematic if the Fever start losing a lot of games. Now, these fans won't show up for all that. But if anything, who can you blame if the Fever don't have a good season this year? Who can you blame? You got to point fingers at the front office. And then you got to start questioning their motives. Was this a motive to surreptitiously tank to get Juju Watkins or Hannah Hidalgo? Seriously. Because they needed a big, and they haven't even tried to use that $311,000 to go find a big for the veteran minimum. And Kalani Brown went to Twitter today to complain about stuff like that.
Missing on a 3 ball.
Why didn't she come and set the screen? You waited too late. There it is. Right. She could have set that screen a lot earlier.
Than that, it's a simple ball screen, nice roll, just a tad late on the help side defense. Think about Dallas; they have really zoned in on their team defense, and even if there is a mistake early, they do a really good job on that.
Okay, you got to get this crowd into the game. You're losing by 18 points. It's a Friday night. Okay, Caitlin needs to hit a logo. Caitlin got to hit a logo. Come on, y'all. Get that crowd into it. I know the tickets were really affordable tonight, but it is a Friday night. Come on, Caitlin. It's sad to say because you're putting all this pressure on her, but Caitlin, it's your home. The crowd is quiet. We need a logo from Caitlin. We need a couple logos from Caitlin real quick.
Half free throws. Bright spot in that challenging second quarter.
Look at Raven, y'all. Woo! Look at Raven, baby. That got the crowd going. That got the crowd going.
Hands active on the feet. This is the matchup we want to see.
Raven's wings. Raven's wings. We talking about her wingspan being 6'3". Raven's wings, y'all. Raven's wings. I think they need to sell that at the game. Little wings called Raven's wings. Wings that fans could wear at the game. Start flapping their wings every time Raven does a great defensive play. She block a shot. She gets a steal. She play the passing lanes, right? And start flapping their little Raven's wings. Fever, I'm going to send this video to you. I'm sending it to you. Raven's wings, y'all.
Good play for her teammates. And I think what gets her going is her defensive side. So it comes with a lot of pride, a lot of passion.
And then Raven can have her own fans at the game, their own section called Ravens Flock. Now, I know that the Baltimore Ravens, they call themselves Flock Nation. But a little section at the game of Raven Johnson fans calling themselves Ravens Flock. Oh, let's go.
Dallas gives it right back.
Wake up, Alana. Hello. I love you. I love you, my Aussie. Hello. Wake up, baby. Wake up. They gave you a bunch of money. You better wake up. You're not looking like the $1 million girl this game.
Pops inside. Tipson. Johnson. Extra pass. Clark on the shot fake. She'll kick out. Walker kick roll. Oh, it spins out. Great ball movement there by Indiana.
All right, Caitlin, get him a logo because they're not going to let her play the second half. Get a logo. Get a logo before you go into the half. Hit them with a nice little logo.
See that wants to play fast, they want to play aggressive on the defensive end. So as soon as that ball goes up, they don't get the shot or the rebound. They're looking to see where they're being.
Get it back to her. Get a logo. Get a logo. No. Stay. Go. Hit it with a punch dribble. Punch dribble logo. BTB logo. BTL logo. What you doing, Caitlin? What you doing? What you doing, Caitlin? You had 1x1. 1x1. You should have rocked that chick to sleep with a right hezzy, left hezzy, and then hit her with a right punch dribble into a nasty step back logo. Come on.
Like it was before the quarter came to an end. There's still plenty of time on the clock. I think if anything, they'll just be looking for how much time to put back on the clock.
Great. Let it fight early for the good offensive rebounding position. Not giving up on the play.
It's Jose Fernandez's first game in the WNBA. He admitted pregame he's had 25 of these first games in USF. Not new to coaching, but it's a little different when you take over a new team in a new league. He was having some of those first day feels, if you will.
Nah, he's great, man. I mean, You talking about a dude that's been coaching for almost 30 years, very successful at USF, and he saw what happened with Carl Smesco, which was going down as the greatest coach ever in ASUN history, coaching Florida Gulf Coast. So Carl Smesco was able to get to the playoffs his first season, so he feels like he's not that far off from Carl Smesco. And if Carl can do it, he can do it. And the Dallas Wings have a very good roster. So Jessica Shepard isn't back yet. And then you got Arike. She'll show up. Like, this is a serious roster. And then Awak Kiyor isn't there yet. So what I will say, for some of you who don't know, Kalani Brown went to Twitter today and talked about how it's just wild how the league just gave up on bigs, on centers. And so people in the comments saying, well, it's because they want to go more small ball. They want to play more up-tempo. But you still got bigs right now in the league where it's not like they're fast. So I don't know. Last time I checked, Brittany Griner isn't fast. Bree Jones isn't fast. Stephanie Dolson isn't fast. Like, you still have bigs who aren't fast. You say, well, why are you bringing this up? Well, the Indiana Fever have $311,000 in cap space. That's enough money for you to sign a big for the veteran minimum, right? So Kalani Brown is 6'7", 230 pounds. She can hit the corner three, she can hit the mid-range, and she can operate at the first and second level, plus she's a good rebounder. Okay? You can get her. Tierra McCowan, 6'7", 245. An instant double-double. She got a midi, and Tierra is efficient shooting the center three. Right? So she could shoot the center three, she could hit a mid-range shots, and she's good with her back against her back to the basket. 6'7", 245. You have Betty Hattar, 6'10", runs a 4.3 40, can defend all five positions and have the agility of a 5'10" guard. And she's flawless at the first and second level. Her issue has always been fatigue. Okay? You can get her for the veteran minimum. Then you have Anastasia Bodareva from Middle Tennessee State. She's 6'6", can block shots with the best of them, can operate at the first two levels with great efficiency. Okay? And then you have Sedona Prince, 6'7", the identical twin of Lauren Betts, except she can hit threes. Lauren Betts can't make threes. Lauren Betts is the better defender on the perimeter, but they're both the same with shot blocking on the interior. They both have the same offense. Okay, and they're both great passers and rebounders. The difference, Lauren Betts can make Sedona Prince can make threes. Lauren Betts is the better defender on guards and wings. So I just gave you 4 to 5 names of bigs they can go get right now for the veteran minimum. I just gave you 5. Oh, by the way, let me give you another one. Jessica Carter, 6'5", runs like a cheetah, can defend on the perimeter. Right, they just won a championship in the top league in Poland, and she averaged 14.5 points, 7.5 rebounds, and like almost 2 blocks a game. Right, she can hit the midi. She runs like a freaking cheetah. She's agile. She can operate on 2 levels, but she's 6'5". I'm not sure Fever fans care about anyone 6'5", so that's why I was mentioning anyone 6'6" or taller. But I'm just saying, Jessica Carter is out there. She's 6'5". So, yeah. Oh, that's a good one, Evelyn. You can win a basketball. There you go. Yeah. Wow, that's nice. That's nice. They're going home with what? T-shirt, a hat, a basketball, a gift, $25 gift card. That's nice. Damn, the fever got them kids hooked up. Nice. Laced. Love it. Yeah, but man, I think the scariest thing that the Fever are looking at right now, the Simons and everyone, is like, if Caitlin leave, y'all, it all goes away. It all goes away. That is the saddest thing ever, for them to go back to the days before Caitlin Clark in terms of fan attendance. Now, yeah, you can go back to 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 2010, 2011, when, we were getting 12,000 or 10,000 or 8,000. But can you imagine how sad it would be if Caitlin left the Fever and to just look at a Fever game and there was only 6,000 fans there? Can you imagine how sad? I think that people would say, well, you deserve that. Look how you treated her. But I still think those same people would feel sad because they were on this journey with the Fever. Even though Caitlin was on the Fever, you were still a part of the journey. So I think they'll rub it in the owner's face, but you can never tell me that you won't feel sad about it. Like, damn, y'all had everything. Y'all had everything and you blew it. Man, I turned on the Fever game, there was 6,000 people there. Damn, that's sad. But what can you say? You had Caitlin and you blew it. I'm looking at this and I'm just like, damn, I remember them days when it was like 3,000 people in there, dog. Like, this chick leave is all over with. It's over, dog. It's over with, cuz. It's over with. So, but the more I look at Caitlin, I'm starting to see the Caitlin I saw when she played Illinois her senior year, and I said, Caitlin is gone. This is before she ever declared. I made a video and I said she's leaving. I said she's bored out of her mind. She did Illinois so filthy. She went to the bench and she looked bored out of her mind. I felt sad for her. So I ran to YouTube and made a video. I said, Caitlin is going to declare she's bored out of her mind. She needs to be challenged. So I'm telling you right now, the energy I'm picking up from her is Caitlin Clark. Listen, man, it wouldn't shock me if that chick decided to turn down the epic deal offer and go somewhere else. It's not like she won't ever be the highest paid player. Wherever she goes, she's going to be the highest paid player in the league. It's this weird, this energy I'm feeling from her, y'all. Like, let's be honest. Does Caitlin Clark look happy to you the way she looked her rookie year? Does she look happy to you the way she looked last year to begin the season? She doesn't look happy to me. It's something off. It's something dreary about her. To me, she doesn't look happy. Now, the only thing that I think would make her stay in Indianapolis is Connor. I think Connor and being close to Iowa. That's the only thing I could think of. Connor and being close to Iowa. Yeah. Now, what I believe is that if Caitlin buys a house in Indiana, then I think maybe Caitlin stays. If she purchases a home there, I haven't heard anything about her buying a home. So, if anything, the Fever need to make this a season to remember for Caitlin. They have to, because you can try to offer her that epic deal next year. It's not like she has to accept it. She doesn't have to accept the deal, right? So that's all I'm saying. It's just something off with her energy where she doesn't look happy to me, y'all. The way I saw her rookie year and the beginning of last year, she doesn't look happy. It's just something funny with her energy.
Expectation is always, into the finals. Excited about the players, excited to get the season started.
Pass ahead, snap the catch, Maloney! Elena Smith here, just keep your eye on her. Incredible defense by Elena Smith. Just the impact that she has on the defensive end is so huge and crucial. I think she's the defensive player of the year. This is a chance for us to grow and build chemistry and work towards the goals that we have for this season.
But that will also explain why the Fever are moving the way they're moving with not putting Caitlin on the flyer. Excuse me, not the flyer, but the graphic. Not putting Caitlin on the graphic front and center. This sort of explains why they're promoting and marketing other players more than Caitlin, because the Fever have to protect themselves. What if Caitlin leaves on her own volition? What if Caitlin just leaves? She can go anywhere and make that franchise what she made the Fever. She can just leave. It's not like, well, where is Caitlin going to go? She can go anywhere. Right? So I just think that the Fever are trying to protect themselves. I think they are. And the Fever are 2 injuries away from their starters from having Juju Watkins in the Fever jersey next season, y'all. Let's be honest. They're losing by almost 20 points right now in this preseason game. It's going to get even worse in the regular season. Okay? The Fever are 2 injuries away from 2 of their starters from being a lottery team and picking Juju Watkins. And to me, maybe that was the whole plan. Because I don't know how you could really disagree with me on that, about them surreptitiously tanking when they haven't addressed their big situation. They had no plans on getting a big. Not in a draft, not in the expansion draft, not in free agency, and you have $311,000 in cap space left. That is enough to sign a big for the veteran minimum, and they won't do it. So can you explain to me what's behind all of that? Because what I see behind all of that is the Fever being 2 injuries away from being a lottery team. That's what I see. And maybe that's the whole plan. We bring in Juju Watkins. If Caitlin leave us, we have Juju. Now, Juju isn't more popular than Caitlin, but it ain't bad having Juju, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell with Sophie and Lexi. What if Caitlin leaves? What if Caitlin leaves us? Then we got Juju Watkins. That's what I see. That's what I see. I don't know how you can believe that the entire Fever starting lineup is going to stay healthy for 44 games. They are so weak on the back end, y'all, that if 2 of these starters go down, you will see Juju Watkins in a Stranger Things Rebel Edition Indiana Fever uniform next season. And maybe that was the whole plan. What if Caitlin leaves us? What if Caitlin leaves us? We got to protect ourselves. Now, the Fever already said they want to be Apple, Microsoft. When you think of the Fever, they want you to think of Apple. They want you to think of Microsoft, right? So that means even if Caitlin is gone, the Fever wants that Fever logo, that Fever brand to be seen like you see Apple, an iPad, a Mac, an iPhone, right? That's how they want you to see them. And they're literally trying to protect themselves just in case Caitlin start having thoughts. And to me, I don't see the energy from Caitlin I saw her rookie year or even at the beginning of last year. I do not see it. I just don't see it. And from what I'm hearing, the fans wouldn't mind her leaving either. That's what I'm starting to see on YouTube and Twitter. It seems like her fans are ready to leave with her. So explain that one.
I'm Bria Goss. I'm Pat Boylan. This doesn't feel like a preseason game. The Stars aren't playing like the game doesn't count. And let's start with Paige Beckers for Dallas because she's been brilliant.
She's been so good, almost unstoppable. What makes her so good? She has so many things in her bag. She's able to look up, know where her teammates are at. She sees the floor on a different level. And then on top of that, she knows how to get to those sweet spots. How? By reading the defense, taking what the defense gives her. You see that hand is back. There's not enough space. That ball's going up every single time. She's able to get 2 feet into the paint. She loves going.
All right, can we talk about the dinosaur in the room? Can we talk about the T-Rex in the room? The number 1 overall pick, AZ Fudd, looks like an undrafted rookie. Can we finally talk about the T-Rex in the room? Because this isn't an elephant. This is a T-Rex. This is how big this is. The number 1 overall pick looks like an undrafted rookie. Listen, are we going to be honest about that? Where's AZ Fudd, y'all? The number 1 overall draft pick looks like an undrafted rookie. Let's call it what it is. AZ needs to step up.
That defense isn't quite there. They're taking advantage of it.
I told you, that's Odyssey Sims, y'all. Lockdown defender. And y'all should have seen Odyssey when she was younger, known as one of the greatest on-ball defenders ever. You just can't get by Odyssey Sims like that.
Plus 10 on the glass, which is 9 first-half rebounds. Part of that, and that much 2 rebound. Dallas hasn't missed very often.
It's good to see number 1 draft pick AZ Fudd back in the rotation. She only played 8 minutes. I'm a little surprised by that, but we'll see what the second half has to offer.
But knocked down her first shot of the preseason at 2 points in those 8 first-half minutes. Seekers was electric in that first half.
Did y'all see that patience, y'all? Did y'all see that patience? Gather yourself patient, hit it off the glass. Nice.
Really hard for post to block it, let alone guards.
Looking back to him.
All right, so she got away with that one. So on that drag screen, she had to pick of the litter. Caitlin decided to take Paige Beckers instead of taking Alana Smith. She should have took the drag screen Alana Smith's way. But it worked out in the end. She got an assist.
I mean, again, make the game easy. How about this pass? Eyes are up. It's almost like, hey, go back door without even moving the lips and put it exactly where she needed to in order for Kelsey Mitchell to be successful there. What a pass, CC.
That pass has to be perfect or it's a turnover. It's 2 points for Kelsey Mitchell. Off balance, off the mark. Hines Allen has 5 of Indiana's 10 rebounds. And they'll go back to her again.
Nice.
Wow, wow, wow. Again, you see that there's no outside on that back door. Caitlin Clark looking for her teammate, making it easy, putting it exactly where it needs to be.
Back-to-back Clark to Mitchell connections for Indiana as the Fever look to work their way back into this one. They got to get some stops, though. Now this offense just continues to hum. Becker's missing on a 3-ball. She thought she was fouled. Clark on the drive, goes behind the back. Hines Allen back here for Clark. She will launch, draws the foul, and will shoot 3 free throws.
Caitlin, your fans don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. Like, I mean, Jesus Christ. And another thing, now everyone is going to be asking for Stephanie White's head on a freaking golden plate. Like, number one, she shouldn't even be playing right now in the second half. She put up a whole game's worth of stats in the first half. Why is she even in the game? So, okay, this is bad. She goes out with an injury. You're already struggling with ticket sales. Then why is she in the game in the second half? Explain that. It's crazy, y'all. It's just crazy. So I'm trying to help Stephanie White out, but they're going to want your head on a golden plate if this chick goes out in this game with a crazy injury. We should be seeing Raven, Kiana Traylor, Megan McConnell, Jessica Timmons, Justine Prasad. Like, this is who we're supposed to be seeing. These women fighting for a roster spot or fighting to be the 13th, 14th player on your development squad. The two development players. We should be seeing Kiana, Justine Prasad, Megan McConnell, Timmons, and the rest. We're not supposed to be looking at Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell right now. Y'all played the first half. These fans have to understand that it's a preseason game. We entertain you for the first half. It's time to move on.
Barnett has taken the headset off. And it's upgraded to a flagrant foul, penalty one. Yeah, we appreciate Isaac Barnett's pipes there. That was not on microphone.
It wasn't.
He just yelled really loud.
We heard it loud and clear. You know, he's no newbie to the league, and on those ones, I think they got it right on that. Big credit to Smith as she recognized who had the ball, wanted to do a hard closeout, just a little overzealous on that closeout. They give enough space.
Clark will take her 11th, 12th, and 13th free throws here. She has 20 points on just 6 shot attempts.
Now, wait a second. Let me tell you what's going to happen after this game. So the one chick Correlation said that she won't be doing any Fever Twitter spaces during the preseason. Now, she said that after Caitlin had a bad game last preseason. And so they asked her, how come you're not doing a space? I'm not doing any Fever preseason spaces this entire preseason. So Caitlin looks elite this game, right? Check Twitter later. So you don't want to do Twitter spaces with Caitlin having a bad game. Now Caitlin looking crazy this game. Now you want to do a Twitter space.
Wings are missing 6 players here tonight, including Enrique Iguodala. So you'll see a very different team on the floor here for both Indiana and Dallas 10 days from now.
So that was a nice little back screen that you saw. That was a nice little back screen that you saw from Aisha Hines-Allen. Caitlin had a pick of the litter with that one as well. A Grace Berger sighting. You heard the fans cheer for Grace.
Drafted by the Fever, first 2 years with the Fever. The home here in Dallas, having played 18 games last year. Mitchell pulls up and can't get the roll.
Grace got a nasty handle, y'all. Grace got a nasty handle. She's a patient point guard, a mid-range point guard, a probing point guard. Good pass, Dulcie. Good pass, Dulcie.
Being able to know if Ward is not looking at me, I know to cut your face. See if I can get something easy going downhill.
Billy starts the corner and just runs into a wall.
All right, so that was miscommunication. Grace Berger really was supposed to switch on to Monique Billings. They didn't know what they were doing.
Isn't aware where she's going. Nice, easy pass, finish left.
That foul ruled on the floor. Fever will inbound here.
All right, so we got Timmons in the game.
Alabama getting her first minutes. Talent off the mark on the free. This was the 40th pick. Rest in her preseason opener in New York has really deep range. Is fighting one of those developmental spots on the roster. Is Isaiah James steps through and lays it in.
Boy, has she just grown her game top to bottom and being more and more aggressive as she takes back.
Hines Allen in the corner off the top of the backboard. Timmons, that was a really nice find from Hines Allen.
Yeah.
He's a better passer than she gets credit for. 8th among forwards in assists per game last year. Secret steps back, difficult look. Defended well there by Hines Allen, who pulls down the rebound. Johnson wants to run. Dallas gets back defensively, and Johnson draws the foul.
That was a smart play. She was going in for the foul anyway, and that's one thing you're taught, and that's one thing Don Staley told them as well. Make the referees make a call. Drive, force the referees to make a call, and that's what she did.
She's a menace defensively, but when she gets the ball in transition, she's pushing, just like Clark, just like Mitchell.
She got 4 steals, y'all.
All of their guards to do, but it's one thing to teach it, it's another thing to be able to do it. And I think Johnson has impressed as much as any of these rookies have here so far in the preseason.
I agree. And like you said earlier, she's a sponge. She's talking to her teammates during practices, trying to ask all the questions so she can be pro-ready.
Timmons driving on Berger, got her into the air. Here is Johnson, and Timmons not on the same page. Berger feet inside, fit
Nasty. Nasty, boy. Grace Berger getting it back, man. Y'all got rid of me? You drafted me with the 7th pick in the first round? I'm going into the Indiana Hoosiers Women's Basketball Hall of Fame and you cut me? Grace pissed. You freaking waived me and you took me with the 7th pick in the first round. We doing here? Grace pissed. Grace Berger is pissed.
Vet dreams come true. More inventory, more expertise, more reasons to love your drive. Our knowledgeable team knows these cars inside and out, and we're here to help you find the one that fits your lifestyle, not push you into one that doesn't. George Moore Chevrolet. Visit morechevy.com and experience more Corvette today.
4 university students were found murdered in their off-campus residence.
Your kid's supposed to be safe, going off to college, having a good time. Why these?
Yeah, man. All right, so we still got Maisha Hines Allen in the game. You want to get her something at the rim. Obviously, she's never been a good 3-point shooter. She could shoot the 3, and sometimes it goes in, but that's not really what she's good at. You want to obviously do something to get her on the elbow, maybe some horn screens to free her up, a UCLA cut, okay, which is you just set a high post screen and then she can just cut to the basket real quick. Little things like that is what you're looking for. A dive cut, which is a direct cut to the basket. Basketball is more than just screens as well. That's one thing I tried to point out yesterday when I was live streaming yesterday. And I was telling you guys about different cuts and based on the personnel. And so when you have someone like Maisha Hines Allen and she's struggling from the perimeter, you want to give her an easy shot, then you should most likely do a UCLA cut, right? So you set a high post screen. It frees her up with a nice shot at the rim. She can do a dive cut, a direct cut straight to the rim, and you pass it to her. You could give her a nice little backdoor cut, right? So it's just little different things like that that you really want to focus on. Just little simple stuff, man. That's not what we're witnessing. That's not what we're seeing. Know your personnel. She's in the game. I'm making sure she's switching on to someone her height or smaller. If she's on someone taller and they have terrible lateral movement, then I'm giving it to her to take them off the dribble. If she's struggling with long threes, like the center 3 or the wing 3s, then make sure that we can get her a nice little corner 3, which is the closest distance. It's little things like that. Get her downhill where she can get an and one. That's what you got to do. You got to build it around your personnel when they're in the game. Stephanie White is getting embarrassed by Fernandez. She embarrassed Chris DeMarco last game. Fernandez is embarrassing her this game. They're down by 18 points.
We can't wait for that Sunday basketball night and really for the regular season to tip off. That's great preseason basketball here so far. To stop the steps.
See that? That's an old dated rule that they need to get out of basketball. I think they should allow players to take one step before they dribble. You're allowing women to essentially carry the basketball when they dribble now, men and women. Before, they never would allow that. They would call carry every time. Now they allow you some freedom dribbling that basketball. So if you're doing that, how come you can't allow players to take one step before they dribble? I think it opens up the offense. There was a time where you couldn't even be doing double step backs. You couldn't get away with stuff like that. You can do a double step back now. It's crazy.
It's the switch on to Berger. Shot clock down to 5. Here is Fudd on the drive, the kick out. And Berger hits
That's Grace Berger. So Stephanie White and them said we had to get rid of Grace because Grace Berger doesn't fit the style of play. She's a probing point guard. And they want to play super, super fast up tempo. Listen, you keep Grace Berger. Sometimes you need a prober. Sometimes you need a probing point guard.
Ball from James. Nearly highlight reel finish. Timmons. Way off the mark on a 3 ball there.
Timmons, one of the rookies, trying to compete for.
See that patience? See that patience?
It's so important to bring that.
See that patience from Grace Berger? Love it, man. That's my G right there, Grace Berger. That's my G. So Timmons is looking bad. I know everyone thought, oh, it's done. Timmons is going to make the roster over Kayana Traylor and Megan McConnell. Timmons looked like pure trash as right now as a point guard, facilitating, and as a shooter. She looked terrible. And everyone thought it was a foregone conclusion that Kayana Traylor is going to get waived and Megan McConnell and Timmons is going to get on the roster. Doesn't look like it right now.
But how many times? I mean, the Fever are the best example of this last year. You have so many different players come in. Harry McDonough, Odyssey Sims, down the line, players that you say, how are they not on the WNBA roster? Well, expansion will help with
There's
that.
Kayana.
These developmental
I see Kayana.
well, because you can now carry 14 players. Right. And where the Fever were trying to sign free agents last year, in some situations, they could then just go straight to their developmental players and have players that have already been practicing and playing on the team all season long.
Which is huge, right? I mean, you get the conditioning factor, you know the plays, you've been around the team, so you know the chemistry, and you know you're going to keep on developing. And then another point to that is just, you know, for so long it was the 144, 12 team, 12 roster spots. That's it. That's all. And they just
Nice, Shatori. Nice.
Excited to visit Portland. Excited to visit Toronto this year.
Absolutely.
Newcomers, and boy, Golden State set the bar high for expansion teams a year ago.
Sell out every single game.
Nice. Let's go. That ball pressure works. Let's go, Kayana. Let's go. Let's go. She put in Timmons over you. You've been putting in all this work overseas. You was killing them chicks at Athletes at Liberty. She disrespected you putting Timmons in. A rookie over you? Let's go. Ravens wings, baby. Ravens wings. There you go.
Like they're getting some life here. It's really starting on the defensive end. We got Raven Johnson leading.
So you have right now on the court, in the back court, you have 2 really good defenders in Kayana Traylor and Raven Johnson. Shatori can do her part. And Kayana Traylor is your Kelsey Mitchell on the court, except she's a better defender and a better passer. She's fast like Kelsey Mitchell, great quick step. She's athletic. She can jump high. She got a nasty handle. She can hit threes like Kelsey. She left-handed like Kelsey. You're just a better defender and a better passer. She was in her head the last game. And she's a pro. She's been overseas. She's a pro, y'all. She could score like crazy.
Spins off. Trying to add on to their 6-0 run.
And to me, she got the best escape dribble I've seen in basketball. Her escape dribble nasty.
Whistle off the ball. It's on Dulcie Fankaviciano, which Dallas is already into the penalty, so the Fever will shoot free throws. And it was the foul on. That's what
See, Dulcie played for Fernandez at USF.
Is just coming back and joining with the team. She wasn't on that New York trip in Saturday's meeting with the New York Liberty. Doing some really good things over in Brazil, where her native. She's one of those players that was with the team last year going through that adversity. She was one of the ones that stepped up with some big shots down the road there and really helped her team advance.
She talked about how she has come here and really loved every minute since she has stepped on this floor, put on a Fever uniform. She said she loves her teammates. She loves the coach. There's nowhere she'd rather be. We really see the Fever from a front office and a management perspective, ownership perspective, have really invested in this franchise. There is a massive, gorgeous new practice facility that is being built as we speak. Adding corner to the arena here. It's one of the tops, if not the best facilities in all the WNBA. Seacrest off balance, can't finish. Lee pulls down the rebound. She's got 4 white jerseys around her. Indiana just has to tie her up.
Yeah, there's 3 seconds first. That's what I was thinking. It's one of those things where you don't necessarily have to jump on the ball for a jump ball. Gotta recognize she's been in that paint for 2.5 seconds.
Dallas Wings got a Latino Gino Orium in the WNBA. Who would have thought Gino would be coaching in the WNBA disguised as Fernandez? That's crazy.
Kimbrough. Instead of Billings, who has checked back in, so she is one of the starters. There's Megan McConnell.
There you go, Megan.
Get in here for Indiana. And she draws a massive cheer here. Because, in large part, of her brother, who has become a fan favorite for the Indiana Pacers, of course, under Pacers Sports Entertainment's umbrella. And it's amazing how similar their 2 stories are. You would just love, from a storybook perspective, for this to work for her here, like it has for TJ in the NBA. Kimbrough off balance.
Look at that, y'all. So she shot 5 of those and made all of them. 3 last game, 2 this game. 100% if she could complete this free throw.
Kimbrough for a 3-point play. Time now for a quick word from State Farm.
So you guys are just like State Farm, right?
Yep. I do think it should have been one more game on today. The fact that this is the only game on a Friday night is kind of crazy. It should have been a game coming on at 10 o'clock, like another game. That's just wild to me. The Sparks, at least the LA Sparks or the Golden State Valkyries should have played tonight. One game tonight? Wild.
Yes. These preseason games, they're really right for these type of runs because you get all sorts of different lineups and rosters out there. Players not used to playing with each other. Saw a lot of that in New York on Saturday.
Yeah. It's one of those things. This is the time to plug and chug, see what works, see what film we can break down to get back to the locker room and really build on and grow. There's definitely some big missing pieces on both sides. Dallas is in a Enrique.
Man, AZ Fudd. People are going to be on social media saying it's looking like you got drafted #1 overall because of Paige Beckers, to keep Paige Beckers happy, because you were supposed to, at some point in this game, look like the #1 overall pick, and you look like an undrafted rookie. I don't know how are you going to silence the critics.
Like a hustle, so I love that because that's what players need to do in order to get to the next level.
Megan McConnell take it out there in the backcourt. No whistle. So James on the drive, defended well by Billings. He pulls down the rebound. You got James off the mark on a 3-ball. Third offensive rebound for
Good defense, Megan. Good defense. Send it to the free throw line. Good defense, Megan. Good defense. That's what you want to see. She didn't quit. She didn't give up. She was digging at that basketball and got it loose.
Indiana was down by 23 points at the 3:45 mark.
Yeah. Now they're only down by 12. So I don't think he's putting back in Paige Beckers or AZ Fudd. So now Dallas has better depth in the Fever. But what I will say, there's no one on the court right now who could stop Kayana Traylor. They can't guard her. That's a fact. Who else we got in the game? Yeah, I mean, it just depends on how you use everyone. So you depend on Kayana and Shatori. And if you can get easy points for Michaela Timpson and Monique, that's where you go. Yeah.
It's going to matter right back here against this exact same team.
See numerous key players there on the Fever bench. Lexi Hall, she's out tonight, but not a serious injury. Aaliyah Boston, she's out tonight. She dealt with a fairly significant injury back in February, but she has been taking part in practice. And look, that's a pretty quick rise from the chair there.
It really is. It looks good. Definitely having a good time there, but
damn, that's a nice Indiana Fever hoodie Aaliyah Boston has on. Damn.
Aaliyah Boston, an all-star for her 3rd season. Here's McConnell on the drive, couldn't finish.
All right, nice swat rebound.
Offensive rebound, fake for Timmons, inside traffic, a triple team, gets it up and draws the foul.
Nice. Michaela gotta get a nice little post fadeaway. She need a post fadeaway, a nice little post step back. So they gotta, at some point, you gotta start seeing Michaela get more skilled in a post with post moves. No one better to learn from than Aaliyah Boston and Damaris Dantas. They're both skilled in a low post and with the face-up game. So they should really be teaching her that stuff.
The first.
We talk about equalizers in this game. Shot attempts on both sides. Simpson doesn't convert on that one. 36, 37 free throw attempts, but 8 for 19 on the 3-point line for Dallas. So they've been able to shoot the lights out.
Simpson out with a double figure. She's got 10. Segrist able to roll it in. Tight quarters. McConnell. Traylor, I should say. Left to hoist. And that will take us through a 3. Dallas got up by 23. They lead by 12 here after 3.
I like that Kayana shot that because coaches pay attention to that. Oh, is she trying to protect her 3-point percentage by not shooting it? Like, they want to see you do that. Because in a real game, sometimes that matters. That can be the difference in a game. So sometimes you'll see players, they won't shoot it. They're trying to protect their 3-point percentage. Trying to make it look good. It's just kind of wild just looking at Michaela Timpson and just basic post moves like we're not seeing from her. It's wild to me. I don't understand that, y'all. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. You got Aaliyah Boston right there Aaliyah, Damaris, and obviously your coaching staff is supposed to help you out in that department. Just the basics, you know. Just the basics, man, and it's just kind of wild to me. Kind of wild to me when I look at stuff like that. Sometimes I just don't really understand it. It makes no sense sometimes, yo. No sense. Absolutely no sense. All right, y'all, we got one last quarter. One final quarter. And that's it. We got two coaches not showing their whole hand on offense or defense. They're spitballing out here. Fernandez got into a few designs, and then we saw the Fever get into a few designs in terms of screens. I didn't really see much. I saw the Fever around the 2-3 zone for a little bit. So I didn't we really didn't get to see a lot, to be honest. But that's how it is in preseason. They're not going to show their whole hand.
And now for the State Farm assist of the game. Production crew has had a lot to look at. Plenty of good choices. You came to congratulations on the assist of the game.
Yep, that one came early. Just get that chemistry together so they can just further that pass on the first to the defense, making it look easy. And also, it was really the nose pass to get her down there and get her open. I really like how she's able to distribute the ball. Not only because it looks fancy, but it's precise.
Clark, 21 points, 4 assists, and 16.
Yo, you always saw Caitlin Clark with a smile on her face her rookie year. Even when she went to the bench. She always had a smile on her face, dog. I swear, you cannot tell me something isn't off with her energy, y'all. You cannot tell me that something isn't off with her energy. Something, she doesn't look happy. All right, yeah, you got to take the side Leroy side, but you got to set a harder screen in that and prevent Lindsay Allen from coming over the top. Man, don't you ever disrespect Kayana Traylor. Don't you ever disrespect her. That's a taller Kelsey Mitchell, except she could play better defense and she could facilitate better, and she got the best escape dribble in basketball. Don't you ever disrespect Kayana.
That won't go. Lee has a third chance opportunity here. A Conco bounces and Seegers misses on a three. Indiana still can't clear. Fourth opportunity.
They can't clear because they don't have height.
Extra pass. James shot fakes the three. Darts inside and flips it.
Nice little left hand.
That worked for that one.
Yeah. You said the Fever still can't clear. You can't clear because you don't have height. You got a 6'3" Monique Billings, a 6'1". Who was that? Maisha Hines Allen. That's why. That's why. Listen, I got love for Raven, dog, but you need a Medina Okot. Okay, you didn't draft Medina Okot, so you drafted Raven. I'm not mad at that, but you got $311,000 left. That's enough money for you to bring in Kalani, Tierra, Betty Hattar, Sedona Prince. What are we talking about here? Anastasia Vodoreva. You got money. You got money. I'm giving you 4-5 bigs. Jessica Carter, but she was only 6'5". But still, like, you got money. You got $311,000. That's enough for you to bring in a big on a veteran minimum. And they're not doing it. So I don't understand how you could doubt me when I say it looks like the Fever are surreptitiously tanking. That's what it looked like to me. I don't know how you could say that that's a wild thought. It's not a wild thought to me. I mean, it was clear what happened last preseason game. You won last preseason game, but I mean, these women look like little babies to Han Shu. They look like little kids to Jonquel Jones. So when the regular season starts, they're going to get Leonie Fevich back. That's a 6'4" shooting guard. Leonie Fever is just a 6'4" shooting guard. So they're going to be even bigger. Like, none of this makes sense, y'all. None of it makes sense to me. None of it. And the only sense it makes is this is a very sneaky, clandestine type of way where you could tank to get Juju Watkins. That's what it looks like to me. Oh, I forgot to mention Sedona Prince. So, yeah. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, let's go.
Building here tonight. Aaliyah Boston, the only one not playing. That's out of an abundance of caution. She should be
Well,
available.
look at that hoodie. That hoodie's so nice. That's a nice hoodie, Fever.
It's huge, especially taking it back to Game 5 against the Aces last year. She ends up fouling out. Other things that stick with you, it motivates you, it gets you ready, for the season to come. So I know she's itching to get back out there with her teammates and just trying to stay patient until that time comes.
She was an all-star starter. She's been in the league for 3 years. She's been an all-star for 3 years.
Yeah.
Fever are minus 16 on the glass.
You see that escape dribble? You see that escape dribble? I told you she got the best escape dribble in the freaking world. The best escape dribble.
She's playing tough. I like her confidence, even down on the defensive end as well. Again, there's stuff that's on the line. See if you can make a play.
Oh, man. She blew up Timmon. She blew that chick up, son. She blew that chick up. Boom! Blew that chick up.
She's saying straight up. She beat her to the spot. Maybe if me. She anticipated.
Now, you can't be mad at that. I think that's one of the things is like, let these women be physical, because y'all wouldn't have said anything if this were the NBA. Man, that was a physical attack to the rim. Oh, I like that. I like that kind of physical basketball. But when it's a woman, everybody want to boo. If these were two men, you would have said, damn, I like that move to the rim. That was a nice physical move. That's my kind of basketball. That was a physical move. She blew that chick up. That's what it was.
Nice preseason opener here. 15 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 7 of 7 from the line.
Punch dribble, cross the body, kick out, wing three. Ah, now that's what you wanted to see. Raven getting threes, making opportunities like that, testing her efficiency, because that's one of the issues with her. Now, she was more efficient in college this year, but you want to see that. Last game, it was a lot of close shots, right? So the little points she got close. Look at Kayana. Look at Kayana, dog. This game, we've seen her take some outside. She's inefficient. But it doesn't matter because Kelsey and Caitlin will take the bulk of the shots anyway with the backcourt situation. So you're not worried about that. What you want to see from Raven is when you got to have it, can she make it? When you got to have it and she's the only one wide open, can you make it?
A tough night for the Fever from 3, unless your name is Caitlin Clark. She's 2 of 3. The rest of the Fever are 2 of 13.
So in the regular season, Caitlin, Kelsey, Sophie, Lexi, Aaliyah Boston, and even Ty Harris. Those are going to be the ones getting the most of the shots. You're not worried about Raven. You brought Raven in to lock these chicks down, right? That's what you brought. Lock these chicks down. That's why she's on your team. But you still need her to make to make the shot when no one else is open, and we need this shot. Can you make it, right? And that's what you're looking for. So we would like to see her make some open threes, just in case we need you for that. And that's all it is. That's it. But they got what they wanted. They drafted a lockdown defender. She has, 5 steals? The Fever got what they wanted. She's going to take care of the basketball too. So you're going to get someone who values the basketball with a great assist turnover ratio. You're going to get someone who hustles like Lexi Hall. And you're going to get someone who is a true lockdown defender. I'd say Raven will average 4 to maybe 7 points a game this year. 4 to 7, maybe 4 to 8 points. That will be her average. But she'll average around 2, close to 3 steals a game. 2 steals, she might get you 0.9 and maybe 1 block a game. I think she'll get you around 4 assists to maybe 1 turnover a game, if that. And her points, 4 to 8 points a game. I think she'll get you around 3 rebounds, maybe 4 rebounds a game. That's Raven. And then when you look up at the end of the season, she'll be in a top 10 for probably the top 5 for defensive win shares. Her steal percentage, she'll be in the top 5 for steal percentage. Okay, all right. Her defensive rating, she'll be in a top 5 defensive rating. Now, if the Fever are giving up a lot of points, that will affect her defensive rating because it ties into team points, right? How many points you give away. And so, yeah, that's what that is. So we'll see. We'll see what that is.
National and global news.
Wherever the story is, we'll take you there.
All the latest news now in one app.
Well, Stephanie White really thought she was like, I'm gonna put in Timmons, and everyone was like, I heard people saying that whoever that woman is in that number 4 jersey, no, it's gonna be Timmons. What you talking about? Like you can't downplay what Kayana did overseas, dominating them chicks overseas. You can't downplay what she just did in Athletes Unlimited, was murdering them chicks in Athletes Unlimited. She got in her own head in New York. She got in her own head and she figured it out in the 4th quarter. She started off in her own head. She figured it out. Now look at her right now. She looks clear like she needs to make this roster or be a development player. Clear. So, like I said, these last 2 preseason games, it's between her, Timmons, and Megan McConnell fighting for those 2 development spots because they already said that Justine got one of them. She has one of them. So who gets the other one?
Watching the Fever probably from about that age.
Absolutely. I mean, WNBA was definitely home, and watching the to be catching of the world and seeing what she was able to do, not just for Indiana basketball.
Fever could come back and win this game. They're only down by 10 with 7 minutes left, 7:30.
For a national audience that does not know,
Damn, that was a nice double high ball screen right there. That was beautiful.
Professional player, it was in Fever training camp. Has played a nice career over in Europe, and we're lucky to have here on the broadcast team.
Thanks for having me. None other than the Pat Boylan. That's all I got.
That's all there is. The final 7:14 here, and some really good minutes and opportunities here for players like Megan McConnell. Players are certainly trying to impress their own teams, but the WNBA teams are watching here, all 15 of them. Timmy trying to chase that down the corner. Good hustle. Looking for plays like that. Off the leg of Trina. Yep.
The plays.
That was a good little play to try to get Megan McConnell open off of the inbound, a double stagger off of the inbound and get her something going downhill. This is when you would like to see a floater. This is when you would like to see a floater. I wish I could rewind that. So she was open. You just got to put up a floater.
For the wings, but defense has been electric as if they've already been playing together for a while.
This has been a lower scoring second half after Dallas dropped 36 in the second quarter. Offensive foul. Who's called for a foul? That's 20 turnovers on Dallas. Those turnover numbers are going to be higher in the preseason. Players getting more minutes than some typically would, playing in lineups and rotations with players that they typically might not. This is a great opportunity for the front office to get a read on players in game action. Timmons working through a double team, gets it up, but I'll tell you, she is just so adept. You think she's smothered, and next thing you know, she's in the foul.
And she's able to out-muscle, keep a hold of.
Well, she'll know not to bring the basketball low. That should have been emphasized. That should have been punctuated. That should have been emphasized last season and during this offseason. So you give it to her. She's supposed to keep that ball high.
Perspective, not only be coached by this coaching staff, but have her vets take her out of her.
I think that everyone believes that everything is set with Dallas. You have Isaiah James playing out of her mind with the hustle plays because she's trying to earn minutes. This is guard heavy. You got Enrique, you got AZ, you have Paige, you have Alicia Clark, you got Odyssey Sims. Oh, nice wraparound layup. Nice wraparound reverse layup. Nice.
From Isaiah James, who's really starting to put on a show here. 17 points for James. Dantes can't answer with a three. That's off of Indiana West.
Nice wraparound reverse. Ah! Nice. She got you, Kayana. That was good defense, but she didn't see that coming. She got you.
That's one for the highlight reel.
That's one for the Sports Center Top 10.
Allen working off the double screen. 6 minutes to play here from Indianapolis. And Kabenjianu drives on.
There it is. There it is. Megan got to stop falling. Come on, Megan. Stay on your feet.
Last minutes. Trailer cross it over on Burger. Couple local products.
There you go. She had to pick it a little, but she chose. She chose the best one, which was to take Dulcie's side. That's the big, take the big side. Dulcie sagged off. She had all of that wide open space to make that mid-range shot.
He's working on a 17-point night. Here's Berger spinning into traffic. Beautiful find. Ben Kabenjianu.
Baseline number deadly. You get a handout on that one, especially when you're trying to make that run.
Fever have fought their way back into this one, but Dallas has had just enough to keep the Fever, at least so far, from seriously threatening. James called for the foul. That is their fifth. Look at James, Segrist, and of course, Beckers, Fudd. This is quite the young core. And there really are a lot of parallels between how these two teams have been built. Of course, the back-to-back #1 overall picks, but building around the draft. Lexi Hall was a terrific draft selection by none other than Lynn Dunn.
These things take time. It's one of those things where you might not get it all back at once, but it's you continue to pour into the program, believe in the coaching staff, and yourself, you're going to be able to be successful.
Look at that defense. Get it, Kayana. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so what you saw there was a next defense, okay? And that's what you saw, right? So all that is just the defender jumps to the ball handler while the original defender recovers. And so it just shuts down anything going to the rim. So that's what you witnessed. It's called the next defense. It was something that was popularized by the Celtics.
Oh, when you're a young player trying to make an impression.
True. Yeah.
There you go.
Simpson with the deflection finds its way to Segrist. Time here for the Fever. the Timpson screen. Cross-court pass. Billings is open. They were just 4 of 20 from the three-point line. Clark has 2 of those 4.
Nice, Lindsay. Nice, Lindsay.
Making her way through the defense. I like that there from Lindsay Allen. And being aggressive, knowing where that defense is at, just cuts Monique Billings off at the legs there. They would go up strong finish.
And it is the 5th on Billings. Nellis has gone back up 13. Gotten as close as 8 here.
All right, so they're playing a 2-3 high. Not the high ball screen. Keep that open. Enough time to hit that shot. You got to make that, Damaris. You got to make that, Damaris. You got to make that, Damaris. It's not going to get more wide open than that.
Shooting lows. Portland just wanted the game.
Up to 0 to 5 from the three-point line here tonight. Berger left alone. The 3 earlier, that one will fall.
Same position, too. Good. That was good for Marky.
Traylor finds some space.
And see, you got to fight for that rebound. Where was the box out from either of those women? Either of them. Where was the box out? Where was the box out? Where was the heart to go after it? I told you, Damaris she's there because she's versatile on offense. She can score at 3 levels, but so far this game, we're seeing bricks. We're not seeing anything on defense. Hell, even Michaela didn't fight. I would like to see Michaela on the floor right now. Just show me something.
Like we said earlier, Al's already been on the floor quite a few times. Continues to find her way.
And so once your starters are out of the game, this is when we were supposed to see some really good stuff from Stephanie to try to get this win. This is essentially backups on backups. And you would have liked to see Stephanie come through. I know she doesn't want to show her full hand, but there are screens and plays you can run with a free-flowing, freestyle kind of offense, right? And those are some of the ones that I was highlighting to you, right? A simple floppy screen she could have did. A simple corner and 3 screen she could have done. We didn't see a lot of that stuff going on here, right? So I'm disappointed in Stephanie White this game.
A little rush there, but I like what her head is at.
Like most coaches will tell you, especially in the preseason, if it's players that are still trying to acclimate themselves, improve themselves, not all turnovers are created equal. And if it's trying to make a play, you typically look at some grace.
I agree. And the coaches that I had growing up, they saw it all one and the same, so I didn't get that same grace. But yes, I agree. If you're going hard and just make a mistake, that's one thing that just carelessly turns the ball.
Walker Kimbrough switched on to Enka Menciano. Now it's Segrest on the defensive assignment. Crossover. And has gone cold here in the 4th quarter, just like they did the second. Just 10 4th-quarter points for the Fever. James back on the attack.
Good defense, Shatori.
And then James just wrestles it away from Dantes. Never saw her coming. Akakwo can't hit a 3. That's another offensive rebound for Dallas.
But that's just so wild. Damaris is getting beat on the board. She's not boxing anyone out. She's not physical.
When you don't have Aaliyah Boston. But it's been a problem here tonight.
Yeah, that's top 12 extra possession.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at a lottery team, a 2027 WNBA draft lottery team. That's what you do. Baseline shots, when you're close like that, you shoot it off the glass. You never shoot it straight on, because if you miss, it's either going to be a long rebound or a short rebound. You're more efficient with a baseline shot off the glass if you're that close.
Kimbrough thought she maybe got a jump ball there, but Segrest did a nice job to power through. Yeah. If the Fever start Billings at the 4, rebounding could actually be a major White says she loves about this roster the front office is giving her the versatility. They can go big. It's another player that they can go big with. They want to hit the glass.
Yeah, see, Damaris is such a sweet person, but she's not going to shut up the haters, the naysayers, those who didn't want her back on the team because they didn't really see a lot of value in her. The fact that you're missing wide open threes, that's a problem. Now, you don't want to beat somebody like that down and pile on top of them to affect their mental space, but I'm just saying you got to do something. If you're not going to be efficient on offense, you have to be physical on defense. And we didn't see her be physical today, even with grabbing rebounds, right? There's essentially 4 phases to the game of basketball. There's 3 phases to football. There's essentially 4 phases to basketball. Offense, defense, transition, and the 50-50 game, the hustle game. And we didn't see the defense from her. We didn't see transition, and we didn't see the 50-50 game. Look at him hugging Grace Berger.
Roster spots. Jose Fernandez's first
Beat him by 15, y'all.
WNBA coach. Yes, in the preseason. Technically counts till he gets to the regular season. But his first time on the floor.
Hey, boy, he's got to be feeling good when this coach has in his group, specifically Paige and what she's been able to do and bring to this game. And she agrees with Coach Stephanie White there, but her versatility, I really like the way that she came into this game. 20 points in 20 minutes, 8 for 12 on the floor, 4 for 6 from the 3, just getting it done on all cylinders. She was that couple rebounds.
Man, look, I told you, that's the beauty of her game when she's efficient on high volume. If it's low volume, if she's really efficient, that's nice, that's beautiful, but she's really, really fun to watch on high volume with great efficiency. That's the beauty of her game. She can do everything, but when she's efficient, it's really beautiful. Caitlin is fun to watch in general. Her issue is that she needs to be efficient. This game, we got efficiency from her, which was fun to watch. We just wanted to see a couple logos. I would have liked to seen a couple logo threes from her. Look at the old teammates. They came in together. They came in together. Aaliyah was taking number 1. Grace was taking number 7.
In our entire terrific Ion crew, I'm Pat Boylan. Thanks for watching. Good night from Indiana.
All right, y'all. That's it, man. That cleared out quick. That's really it. That's what I got to say about it. So what's the solution? Let's sum this up. Let's get into the summary, the bottom line. Ladies and gentlemen, the Indiana Fever are in full-blooded tank mode. The Fever are in full-blooded tank mode. That's what it looked like to me. You understand? You didn't address your big situation. Period. You have no quality depth outside of Kayana Traylor and Justine Passat and Shatori, but their depth isn't better than the rest of the league's depth. So you have no formidable quality depth. If 2 of your starters go out with an injury, you're done. And they will not address the big situation. You have enough money to bring in a nice big on a veteran minimum, and they won't do it. They will not do it. Right? So we're talking about the pace, right? She wants to finish in the top 3 this year. Aaliyah Boston is dealing with a lower extremity injury. Lexi Hall is dealing with a hamstring injury. Caitlin Clark had several soft tissue injuries last season. Okay, so what does that tell you? When you move the pace up, running faster, quick ball movement, not a lot of time to recover in a half court because you're trying to score quick. Your body can't really recover. You don't trust the bench as much during the regular season because it's not preseason. And the bench isn't looking good, so you want to play Caitlin more minutes, so her minutes goes from 31 to 36 or 37, 44 games. Caitlin could potentially get injured again. Lexi, Sophie is kind of fragile. What if Sophie gets injured? Aaliyah Boston gets injured? You're screwed. But maybe that was the plan the whole time, to get Juju Watkins in a Fever uniform. I'm just saying. What other conclusion should you draw when you look at the roster? Does it make sense to any of you when you look at that roster? It doesn't make sense to me when I look at it. Let me see something real quick. Let me go to Fire Stick and see if they'll let me pull up the Fever roster. Hold up. Yeah, this is wild, man. But what I will say, Ion is looking good with these ratings, and now the other networks are going to be forced to finally purchase some of these preseason games and put them on NBC, ESPN, CBS, because Ion clearly got over 1 million for this one. And so that's what we're going to witness next time around. Oh, they're not going to let me do it. I forgot. They won't let me do it. Because Fire Stick, they don't have a WNBA app like they used to where it was independent of Prime. So they're not going to let that happen. Yeah, they're not going to let that happen. They're not going to let that happen. Yeah, see, it's just going to go directly to Prime. I hate that they did that. They used to have an independent app, and now they don't. So that sucks. That sucks. Hold up. Let me see if they'll let me do this. Official home of the WNBA. Let's go here. Oh, man. How do I get to teams? How do I get to teams? I just want to go to teams. Can I go to teams? Okay. Hold up, you guys. Let me go to teams. This looks crazy. Yeah. I understand. Let's go. I'm just trying to go to teams. That's all. I just want to go to teams. I want to go to teams. I want to go to the Fever if I can. Can I go to the Fever? Can I go to the Fever, please? Can we go to the Fever? All right, let's go to the Fever. Let's go to roster. Let's go to roster. So let's look at the roster. So if Kelsey goes down, you're really screwed, but she's normally healthy. So what you're looking at, if Aaliyah goes down, you're screwed. If Caitlin goes down, where's Caitlin at? Yeah, if Caitlin goes down, you're screwed. And then you're left with, what are we doing? What the hell just happened? Oh, man. Anyway, something funny going on here. Let me turn this off. So anyway, you guys pretty much get it, right? You get it. You get what I'm trying to say. Yeah, like the Fever, they are in massive trouble if they end up going through that little injury bug. They're pretty screwed, man. Fever are done. But I just wanted to make this clear. To me, it screams tank. It screams surreptitious tank. Right? So let me go back here one more time. One more time. One more time. So let's remove Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, and Caitlin Clark. So you're stuck with a career backup in Maisha Hines-Allen, a brand new rookie point guard. She's going to do what she can on defense, but she can't make up for the point production that you will lose with Caitlin going out or Kelsey going out, right? I don't know if they're keeping Kayana. So then you go down. We don't talk about Aaliyah, right? We're leaving Aaliyah's and Caitlin and Kelsey out. Sophie is a career backup. Now she's an efficient career backup, but she's a career backup. She had a couple seasons in Phoenix where one season she was a starter and the other one she played some significant minutes, but she's normally a backup, right? A damn good backup, but a backup. Lexi Hall, a backup in terms of her offense. She got backup role-playing offense, but starter defense. You're not going to get great point production from Lexi or Sophie or Raven. Damaris struggles. She's versatile because she can operate at 3 levels, but she's pretty inefficient from deep so far these past 2 seasons. And you won't get anything from her on defense. So if Aaliyah Boston goes out, Damaris can't do what Aaliyah can do, so you're screwed. Justine Passat can make the threes, and she can block on the interior, but she's a rookie. So she's not gonna give you Aaliyah Boston's production if Aaliyah goes out. I don't know if they're keeping Megan. Michaela isn't gonna do you anything on offense of note, right? So if Aaliyah Boston goes out, you can't get Aaliyah's production from Michaela, not even close. Okay, so that's also a problem. Or Aaliyah Boston's rebounding or interior defense. So that's a problem. Caitlin goes out. I don't know if they're keeping Jessica, but she can't do what Caitlin can do, facilitating, rebounding, or on offense. Monique Billings is a career backup. That's a career backup, y'all. Now, she developed a corner 3 the last 2 seasons, and that's great. But she's a career backup. Shatori, career backup, right? You like what you see from her, but it's preseason. But she's a career backup. And Ty Harris, career backup. She can shoot the 3. She has a clutch gene, but she's a career backup. So you see what this is? So I just showed you a team loaded with career backups. And you only have 3 true starters. That's it. Caitlin Clark, this woman right here, Caitlin, starter. This woman right here, Aaliyah Boston, starter. And this woman right here, Kelsey Mitchell, starter. You got 3 true starters. Everyone else is a career backup or career backup. Raven defense is a starter, and her assist turnover ratio is starter-like, but she's a backup. Kayana Traylor is nice, but I don't know if they're going to keep her. So, like, all I'm saying is if these 3 women go out, you're screwed. Sophie isn't going to give you 14 points a game or even 12. Lexi isn't going to give you 10 or 12. Damaris isn't going to give you 10 or 12. Justine Passat isn't going to give you 10 or 12. Megan, Michaela, Timmons, Monique can get you 10 or 12, but she's going to need Caitlin to help her do that. Shatori can give you 10. Ty Harris can get you around 10. Like, you're screwed. You're screwed. You are absolutely screwed. And this woman does not like to go through she does not like to go through rebuilds. So yeah, the Fever are done, man. The Fever are done. And things are gonna look real spooky, real eerie. Things are gonna look real ominous, real eerie when the season starts and everyone is running real offenses and real defenses. And they're really, really scouting, right? So things are going to look real eerie, y'all, real ominous. And you're going to need this woman more than ever before, but her mind is focused on Project B and this season because she wants to be 100% when she plays for Project B, and they're paying her anywhere from $3 to $5 million. So her mind is in two different places. Okay? So that's a problem. You don't know how healthy Aaliyah Boston really is. If she goes down, you're really done. Sophie Cunningham has been going through injuries the last few years with her arms and last season with her legs. So you don't know what you're going to get from Sophie throughout the season. Plus, she has Project B on her mind. Okay. Lexi has a sore hamstring, but Lexi can't give you any true point production on offense to make up for Caitlin going out and Kelsey going out. Damaris is clearly has the yips. So all I'm saying is like, you're screwed. You're screwed. You're absolutely screwed if Caitlin goes out, if Kelsey goes out, if Aaliyah goes out, you're done. And you're going to see this woman, Juju Watkins. Matter of fact, let's go to YouTube. You're going to see Juju. Let me get out of here. Let me go to YouTube. Let me show you who you're going to see. Let me show you who you're going to see. Lego. Lego. You're going to be looking at this one right here. I hate that this thing look like this, but you're going to be looking at this. Not her. No, let's go to Juju Watkins, baby. Give me some Juju Watkins highlights. I want some Juju Watkins highlights. They trying to turn Jazzy Davison out. That chick in Satalia looking crazy. Let's go. Let's go to Juju. I wish they'd show her score at 35, but anyway, we can watch this. Hold up. Please tell me that y'all got this in 1080p at least. Damn, 720p. That sucks. And it's not even 60 frames per second. Get ready, y'all, to see Juju in a Fever jersey next season if two of them starters go out.
She finished the season on a tear, 11 of 12 games in double figures. His deepest was that's what we're working on. Buffalo was now on the floor for SC. Great defensive presence.
That's 6'2". That's 6'2", supremely athletic with a complete game. She has a complete game, offense and defense. She's just a taller Paige Beckers. She's a taller Paige Beckers, except she's more athletic than Paige. See, I would like to have seen her do a jelly, man, a nice little jelly. She's one of the best in the nation in drawing fouls. Nice cut.
Their leading scorer at 27 a game. Padilla, Forbes, and Davis all coming from the Ivy League. 1 year to play here at SC. And Rhea Marshall, the only returning starter. Guided USC to their first #1 seed for the first time since 1980.
Nice. Nice split. Nice. Oh, my God. Just sidestepping.
Already with 7 points. The hard crossover at 9 points, 9 points, 4 steals in the first round. Watkins post up top, takes it from Marshall.
That was a nice clutch. Nice clutch layup by Marshall.
Because they don't want to try to block her shot when she gets up so high, and she has that ability to get in your body.
She will be in a Fever jersey next season, y'all. Juju Watkins. She will be in a Fever jersey next season if two of those starters go out. Nice pass.
But we said it all year long. We all need to watch more Ivy League basketball. Clearly, Juju from three. Let's tip our cap to this Kansas Jayhawk squad.
Off the glass.
They can play off the bounce. They can get in the paint. They can invert their guards. What are your starting lineups? Brought to you by Capital One. The foul is on Fauntleroy. On the rebound first. Watkins off the bounce, hangs and hits. This is her defensive look. Watkins, nice backdoor, drops it off.
That's kind of crazy. March Madness, the official March Madness channel, have this in this trash little 720p. That's crazy. Nice.
Especially in the middle third. She's got 8 already in this quarter. Watkins will try and follow a 3 with another one. 21 for Juju Watkins. Operating in space right here. You got one in the dunker spot, 2 in the corner. Brooks drops her on the switch. Nice drop off, and the lay-in is good for Rhea Marshall. 32% shooting in the first half, 66% in the second. Here comes some full court pressure, and Juju beats it the other way for the easy lay-in. Now you see an active defense by USC. Look how much their body language has changed on this end of the floor. So much better energy here in the fourth quarter. Williams able to bottle the shot. Here comes Juju the other way. 1-on-2. Watkins to the right side.
Told you, boy. She know how to get to that free throw line. And she know how to draw the foul, but also score. Angel Reese would just throw her body. Juju she'll put her body into you, but she's also making sure that she scores. She tries to get a lot of and ones. That's on Nika Mule, baby. That's on the healthy Nika Mule, baby. That's on the healthy Nika Mule, baby. That's on the healthy Nika Mule, baby. Oh, that's on Page. That's on Page. Oh, that's on Page. That's on Page. They're going to Nika Mule again. Oh, switching on Page again. Switching on Page again. Up. Highly contested. That's 2 on Page. That's 2 on Page. Oh, get to the free throw line. See, that's the difference. Angel would have just threw her body in there. She's putting her body into the contact, drawing the foul, but making sure she tries to actually score it. All right, so she has to not be afraid in the air. You catch that and put it up. You don't come back down. One thing I noticed, I'm not seeing any jellies or anything fancy from her with the layups. That's the next step. You catch that and put that back up. You don't come back down. She could jump real high. I would like to see more creative layups from her. There you go. Nice little Euro. And she annihilating Nika Mule. She killing Paige Beckers. Man, come on, man. What we talking about? Past this. Let's look at one more. Like we studying who's gonna be on the Fever. Juju Watkins will be a fever girly next season if 2 of those fever starters go out. They're 2 injuries away from their starting lineup from you seeing Juju Watkins in a fever jersey next season. I promise you. It's either Juju or Hannah Hidalgo. That's a true story. Damn, son. Y'all, what is this? What's the situation with the 7? This 1080, but this look trash. Damn. There we go. She going up against Celeste Taylor and them. Let's go. She going up against Cody McMahon. She going up against J.C. Sheldon. What we doing? Let's go.
There were 2 of 10 fielders. So a lot of that came from the free throw line. So they've had success when they get into the play.
That's on you. That's on you, Cody. Wait a second. Get that back. What we doing? That was a nice layup. Give me that. Give me that. Just blowing by him. That's on you, JC. That's on you, JC. That's the number 5 pick in the draft. Give me that. Oh, nice little back screen. Let's go.
Watkins straight away for the triple. She's got it. Takes an unfriendly hop. Watkins weaves, flips
Nasty.
it, and banks it off the glass. Trojans poke it away. Padilla flings it forward. Watkins.
Now this isn't fun because she's not playing anyone of note. Like I'm trying to let's go to a team that. Nah. Penn State isn't any good either. I want to see her with some talent going up against some talent. Yeah, no. No. Even though Oregon State. Okay, yeah, this is the Oregon State with Tamia Gardner and Reagan Beers. All right. And Van Olofin. Okay, I'm not mad at this one.
Really sharing the basketball when it comes to block shots, but defensively, she is just a nightmare in the passing lanes, and you get to see a little bit of it right there. There's Watkins back in there. She knocks it down to the defense to get back and just getting a hand in her face. Lots of moves. Here's Juju in transition. 1-on-1 against Gardner. Gardner with foul. Juju the rhythm. Found it. Kevin Graves at UCLA had to find 36 minutes as Gray was out. It was by committee against UCLA in terms of that point guard position. And just like that, you know who Juju getting going.
Nah, that's not a good one. Oregon wasn't really good that year in terms of just being a truly competitive team. Not to me. All right, here we go. UCLA. Let's go.
Watkins, all alone, London and Turner.
There you go.
I'd like to see the plus minus on Hawkins.
Got Kiki Area Fan. Is that Kiki? No, that's not Kiki. I don't know what I was thinking.
4-point game. Watkins stops.
Let's go. Oh, you see Alyssa Peely. Let's go.
Chrissy giving up some things, willing to give up a penalty look to Lonnie White to be able to double team and help her Peely. Well, Lonnie White, she can shoot that 3, but she is a little bit streaky. So if you're US, go back on, great to see her back out there. Drives it up, and use of it. It's in the hands of Watkins. Makes it up, Juju Watkins. knowing that they've got UCLA coming in here just in a couple days.
Yep, UCLA will be here Monday. Other end, Jalen Sherrod with the moves, can't get it to go. And the ball gets stripped from the cloud. Up to Watkins.
Oh, Devon Lake, filthy.
Transfers, new faces, some Ivy League prospects for USC. That is Juju Watkins.
All right, come on, let's get to some more competition. Come on. But y'all pretty much get it, y'all. Like, you get it. We don't need to finish that. You get it. You get it. You get it. You get it. She will be in a Fever jersey next season. If two of them starters go out, the Fever are screwed. And you will see this woman in the Fever. It's either going to be her or it's going to be Hannah Hidalgo. It's going to be one of those two. One of those two. So these three women will be in the top 5 draft. Okay? These three women right here. We're Audi Crooks. Right? So, and then I would probably say you could make an argument for Michaela Williams. You can make an argument for Tessa Johnson. You can make that argument. You can make an argument. Now, who did I say? Yeah, Tess Johnson. You can make an argument for her. Michaela, Flaugier, depending on how Tia Cooper is playing for Ole Miss. So we'll see where it goes. But I know for a fact, these three women right here, that's who you're looking at. You're looking at these three women right there. And then you're looking at Audi Crooks. And then you got to start having a conversation about Michaela Williams and Elijah Fawali and what I'm talking about, Tia Cooper, Talasia Cooper, and you know, this upcoming draft is gonna be a crazy draft, man. Tessa Johnson and Chloe Kitts and Ashlyn Watkins, and it's gonna be a wild draft, y'all. It is going to be a wild draft. We're getting some mega superstars in. We're getting some serious stars coming into this league. Hell, even Kennedy Smith, she probably go in the first round too, at the bottom of the first round. It's gonna be a wild draft, y'all. It's gonna be a wild draft. Wild draft. This chick right here, Jazzy Davison. Jazzy Davison is clearly dating Satya Fagan. Like, that's clear. Right? So one of their teammates, I couldn't tell who voice it was, FaceTimed them and was like, what y'all effing? And they tried to cover the phone. That was live on freaking TikTok when she said that. They're in the bed together. She said, what y'all effing? Jazzy cuddling with Fagan and was like, oh, that's because she has nightmares. So I'm cuddling with her. They're holding hands. Fagan sitting on her lap. They're dating. Let's call it what it is. I think it's going to come out that her and Fagan are together. But anyway, we got 3 more years until Jazzy is in his league. These years are flying by, y'all. So Jazzy would be in his league at some point. The WNBA is just getting talented and more talented. And it's pretty serious, y'all. Pretty serious what's happening to the W. Just all of this talent rushing into this league, man. Look how it just seemed like we just saw Juju her freshman year and already she'll be available next season. That's crazy. That's crazy to think about. Like, damn, Juju. And then I'm forgetting about Sarah Strong. Sarah Strong in 2 more years. We'll have Sarah Strong in this league. Like, this is crazy stuff. To think that Sarah Strong is just 2 years away. Jazzy is 3 years away. Juju is 1 year away. Juju next season. Finally, Hannah Hidalgo and Madison Booker and Audi Crooks and Malaysia Fawali and Michaela Williams and Tess Johnson. And this is some serious stuff, what we're about to witness in the WNBA. All of this talent coming into this league is just wild to see, man. And we ain't even talking about overseas players. Like, we ain't even getting into overseas. Like, it's serious. Yeah, it's some serious stuff, y'all. But anyway, this chick right here. Welcome to the Indiana Fever. Welcome to the Indiana Fever, Juju Watkins. Welcome to the Indiana Fever, because that's exactly what's going to happen. She dropping 31. I forgot about Silas Swords. I keep forgetting about Silas Swords. So we got Silas Swords coming in, what, next season with Juju, if I'm not mistaken. Damn. I think Silas Swords coming in next season. Oh my gosh, I forgot all about Sila. That's crazy. Damn, that's what it looked like to me. Wow. No. Not Sila. Sila is only 20. She's only 20. So this January she'll be 21. And so she won't be old enough. You have to be 22. You have to be 22. So yeah. So we got to wait on her. We have to wait on Sila, but eventually we're going to get Silas Swords in this league. That's going to be wild. That's going to be wild, man. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Hold up, y'all, real quick. Let me see something. Let me see something. I'm trying to look up the 2027 mock draft real quick. The early mock draft. Juju Watkins. This is the big board. Juju Watkins, Hannah Hidalgo, Madison Booker, Michaela Williams, Audi Crooks, Malaysia Fawali, Zhang Zhu from China, which is the 7'3" center from China. That's crazy. Samaya Nichols, Camille Pierre. Oh my gosh, how am I forgetting about her? And then I'm forgetting about Michaela Blakes, and she'll be leaving. She'll be in the league in 2028 with Silas Swords. I'm forgetting about Clara Strack. Like, this is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is crazy, man. Let me read that for y'all again. Okay, they're saying she's 7'4". I heard she was 7'3". I've seen her play. She still needs some more skill, but you're 7'4". You're gonna dominate regardless. But let me go through that again, y'all. I'm not so sure if Juju was going number one over Zhang. I don't know how you could pass up on a 7'4" big. I love Juju, but I just don't see how you can pass up on a 7'4" big. Right? Like, now that I'm looking at it, well, it's clear the Fever will take Juju. Right? But how could you with a straight face pass up on a 7'4" big? Right? Like, that makes no sense to me. How could you with a straight face pass up on a 7'4" big? So I don't know about that one. It looks like it's gonna be Juju, but are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Like, just give it to her and put it up. She's just gonna put it up, right? You can't stop her. She's just gonna put it up. And rest in peace, if that's God's will, for Margot Dudek, which was our last 7'3" big we had in the WNBA years ago, a long time ago. She was the last one. She passed away, but she was the last person we ever had in this league who was that tall, Margot Dudek. So, but she has sadly passed away. But Margot could step out and hit deep threes. Excuse me, deep twos and threes. Margot was real skilled, man. She was real skilled. But Zhang is getting there. She's kind of slow, but she's pretty skilled. Um, but it's just too easy to score with her. Just who's gonna stop her? No one can stop her, right? Like, why would you want to pass that up? That makes no sense to me. I just don't understand that. Makes no sense, y'all. Makes no sense, right? So let's go to Margot. Let me show y'all Margot real quick. Let me show y'all her hit some threes. That's 7 foot big. Hitting threes and middies and putting the ball on the court and getting her own shot off the dribble at 7'3". Like, Margot was serious, y'all. Let me show y'all. We're gonna do a little WNBA history. Look, she got a triple double. Y'all see this? My chick got a triple double at 7'3". Let me show y'all a little WNBA history. That chick could get her own shot off the dribble at 7'3", y'all.
Trying to drive on Dudek. Puts up a shot. Rejected by Margot. Yolanda passing to Dudek. Brings it down. Puts it up and lays it home for two. Goes baseline. Rejected by Dudek again. Gets it back. Goes back one more time. And this one's knocked away and out of bounds by Margot. Baseline gets it up to Dudek there. She gets a little 8-footer and rolls out. Comes down to Douglas. Now give it to Keisha Shell. She blocks the shot. Margot Dudek does. That is her 10th of the night. And she has a triple-double. The first of her WNBA career. And Dudek also sets the WNBA record for most blocked shots in a game.
That's serious, man. Like, that's 7'3", y'all. That's 7'3". She can put the ball on the floor. She can make threes, all that. And don't show pictures, man. Show like, I'm just show this chick. Show her getting some numbers, dog. Show her getting some numbers. Oh no, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that, man. Like, y'all gotta, like, I want to see some highlights. Like, show me some highlights. Well, what we doing? Nah, she was 7'3". Show some highlights, cuz. What are we doing? Let's go back down here. Maybe I can find some here, man. Show some highlights. What are we talking about? What are you talking about?
I think Margot understood any better than a lot of us that basketball is what we do, not who we are.
To me, Margot was somewhat of an angel. When I think back, and I just think that I was supposed to be her. I was supposed to learn from her. And it has nothing to do with basketball. It's just like
She was just gentle and kind and loved everybody.
She just didn't let small things bother her. It was always more than basketball for her. She just made it a point to get the big picture. You hear that saying that you're supposed to live every day as if it's your last. I think, Margot really did that. She's a great person. She was a mother, a friend.
Katie Douglas.
A daughter, and she'll be great with us.
Lindsay Whalen.
The best years of our franchise. Margot is proof of one of my fondest wishes that there are no height restrictions on being a major.
One of the things I'll miss most about Margot, and one of the great memories I have for just her smile and laughter, just her kind heart.
She lived a carefree life.
No, that was Tully.
She looked at every day as a blessing.
Yeah, man. Little WNBA history lesson. So we'll get Zhang in this league next season at 7'4", but this chick 7'3". That's 7'3". I want them to show her.
We got you covered, Bumblebee.
I want y'all to see her hit some of them threes, y'all. I want y'all to see her pump fake and put the ball on the floor and get to the rim. That chick 7'3" was nice. Nice. Damn, boy, this looks so bad, dog. Oh my gosh. This looks so terrible. I can't do this. I can't do it anyway. Y'all pretty much get it, right? You get it. You get it.
Didak is the tallest basketball player in WNBA history by a good margin. The only 7-footer to ever play for a WNBA team, Didak was a native of Poland and the first overall pick in the 1998 draft. While playing for 3 different franchises, Didak became the league's all-time record holder with 877 blocks. Didak died in 2011 at just 37 years old, 3 years after the conclusion of her 11-year WNBA career. Didak is the tallest...
Yeah, man. That's that one right there. That's that one right there, man. That's that one. That's that one. But y'all, it's been a lot of fun. Let me get up out of here. Look at Amber Cox. Look, y'all. Look at Amber Cox. Hold on, bring that back. Look at Amber Cox and Kelly Krause. No. That's damn, I forget her name. But anyway. Look at Amber Cox. Damn, son. Bring it back. Look at Amber. And that's the UConn's assistant coach. I keep forgetting her name, but that's UConn's assistant coach. That's crazy. Amber freaking Cox, y'all. Pause, but that's what that is. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, let me get up out of here, man. That's it. All praise be to my creator. That's it.